Stay tuned to the QUICKTIME report and don't forget to keep it locked. Bye.
Hi, I'm Mike Snitch, bringing you the news and reviews for QT News. UK. Manchester. Welfare reform, not welfare destruction. On Monday the 25th of September, the Coalition Against the Welfare Reform Bill, CAWRB, lobbied the Labour Party conference in Manchester. Protesters from all over the country strolled, untrolled with whistles and cries of "New Labour! Slave Labour!" through the city centre.
New Labour! Slave Labour!
There was a fantastic reception from the public, with many clapping and waving as the march went along. Outside the Labour conference, a rally heard speakers including Alex Kemp, National Officer of the NUS Disabled Students Campaign, Simone Aspis, Parliamentary Campaigns Officer of the British Council of Disabled People, and John McDonnell, MP. Delegates could hear the speeches and were made very aware about the protest against the bill and the issues involved. Later, a CAWRB fringe meeting was held at the Disability Rights Commission Equality Zone in the Novotel Hotel. Speakers touched on personal experience, the impact of the bill, and the campaign against it. Mike Higgins of DAN said, "Today, for the first time ever, we have had a national demonstration of disabled people, organized by the Coalition Against the Welfare Reform Bill, at a political party conference."
Hi, I'm Crystal Jones, bringing you the news and reviews for QT News. Australian charities boycott welfare to work measures. The Australian government's welfare to work measures, which came into effect on July 1st, are so draconian that leading church-based charitable organizations have refused to participate in a key program. Prime Minister John Howard's attempt to recruit them to implement deeply unpopular welfare policies has erupted in bitter recriminations, with the churches denouncing the government for demanding that they carry out its dirty work. The Welfare to Work program represents a drastic escalation of the assault on social welfare that both Liberal and Labour governments have mounted over the past 25 years. It is having a cruel impact on the lives of the most vulnerable and impoverished layers in society. For the first time, single parents with children are being forced to try to find work for a minimum of 15 hours, and disabled people are also being compelled to look for jobs. Severe penalties are being imposed, stripping entitlements off those who fail to pass the work test. It is no coincidence that the welfare to work measures have been imposed alongside the new workplace relations laws, because they go hand in hand. The industrial legislation is designed to force workers onto individual contracts. that will rip up wages and basic conditions. Having no choice but to accept substandard jobs, the unemployed, single parents, and the disabled will be used to undermine the conditions of all workers.
Human rights groups condemn U.S. law. Civil liberties and human rights organizations have denounced the Military Commissions Act adopted by Congress last week, calling it a fundamental break by the U.S. government with democratic principles. The bill passed the Senate Thursday and the House of Representatives Friday and will be signed into law by President Bush within days. The Center for Constitutional Rights, CCR, which has provided legal representation for hundreds of prisoners detained indefinitely at the Guantanamo Bay concentration camp, said it would file a legal challenge to the law as soon as Bush signs it, focusing on its denial of the right of prisoners to seek a writ of habeas corpus, a formal review of the reason for their detention by a court independent of the arresting authority, Amnesty International USA declared. By passing the Military Commissions Act, the United States Congress has, in effect, given its stamp of approval to human rights violations committed by the USA in the War on Terror. This legislation leaves the USA squarely on the wrong side of international law and has turned bad executive policy into bad domestic law. As the amnesty statement noted, the U.S. administration has resorted to secret detention, enforced disappearance, prolonged incommunicado detention, indefinite detention without charge, arbitrary detention, and torture or other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment. One of the principal functions of the new law, Amnesty pointed out, is to block possible war crimes prosecutions of high-level Bush administration officials.
Hello, I'm FX. Don't forget to keep tuning into the QUICKTIME report. Keep it locked.